As with most colleges, we will ask you to reflect on a few things and our supplemental questions that are very Oxy specific. And so I'm going to walk through those. And these are a great way for us to learn about you and your match for Oxy, your fit for Oxy, and kind of, as we're not quizzing you on how well you know us, but we're allowing you to certainly tell us the things that are important to you and how those might be well aligned with an experience at Oxy. So the first question is, why are you applying to Occidental? What are your curiosities, and why do you think Oxy is going to be a great place for you to see those play out? This is 200 words, and you can talk about anything. You can talk about a great tour guide. You can talk about a really interesting alum you've met. You can talk about certain programs that Oxy has that are inspiring to you, that you're really excited to be a part of. We're just looking to see you connect what you're interested in with what's available at Oxy, and to show us that you see the match and the fit for your own interests. There's no wrong way to do this. There's definitely most schools are asking something similar to this. So my advice for this is, if you are applying to multiple schools in the same city, don't necessarily reuse the same essay for each school, because you want to make it a little bit more specific. So if you're writing this for Oxy and you can replace the name of another school in LA in your essay, maybe get a little bit deeper in your reasons for applying. If you're applying to other small residential colleges and you can replace the name of Oxy in your essay with any other small residential college, again, maybe dig a little bit deeper and making those connections about why you'd want to be at Oxy. The second question I think a lot of students get nervous about, because we're inviting you to tell us something that's silly and quirky and off the off the beat path. What's your idiosyncrasy? What's something peculiar about you? I think another way to think about this question is, what do your friends give you a hard time about? What do they poke fun at you about? That's what we're getting at here. We're inviting you to kind of I think the application process can be so formal at times that we're inviting you to kind of drop those formalities and tell us something goofy and silly. Our student body is so fun-loving and quirky and appreciating of each other's interests. We want to see, like, what's something quirky or silly that you're willing to show us in the application process. We're not looking for you to be profound here. We're really truly looking for you to share something with us that is something silly or goofy or peculiar that you find about yourself. The next question is the longest of the three, and we invite you to pick one of the three topics that we have laid out here. So there's a lot of words on this slide, and all of this, of course, is available on our website. But you will pick one of these three topics to discuss in your third essay. The first one asks you to reflect upon the fact that every student at Oxy will complete a senior comprehensive project, and research is such a central part to the Oxy experience. We ask you to reflect on, if you had the resources of a place like Oxy, what's something you'd love to research? You don't have to have your research plan laid out. You don't have to have, your hypothesis yet. But what's something that you nerd out on? What's something that you really get excited about and you just love to dive in and research as much as possible? That's what we're asking you here. The second question is to reflect on a current event or a social movement that's happening in a place that's important to you. That place could be your hometown. It could be a place where you have family. It could be a place where you spend vacation time. But kind of reflecting on a social movement or an event in that place and how it affects you and kind of how you see that playing out, and sharing that dynamic with us. We're interested in seeing how you might respond or engage with a current event or social movement. The last question asks you to look at Oxy's mission. And we really emphasize the value of community amidst diversity here at Oxy, and we ask you to reflect on that connection. What do you see as important in a community, and how do you see your own perspectives in a diverse community adding? So we're asking you to kind of reflect on the mission of the college. And again, so you pick one of those three. We love reading all three of those answers, so there's not a better one to choose. All three are really exciting for us to read about. And so any of the three that you choose, any one of the three that you choose will be a great choice. And the next two questions are meant to be for fun. Again, not to stress you out. These are totally meant to be for fun. The first one is, what song would you play for your roommates on move-in day? telling you a little secret at this point, we actually just use this to make a playlist for all the incoming students that arrive at Oxy. So it's not to judge you and your musical interests. It's actually just to help introduce you to your peers when you get here in the fall. And we actually create regional playlists and things like that. So it's just a way for you to get to know your classmates based on your musical interests. The last question, if you had your own food truck or restaurant, what would it be called? We have a really incredible food scene here in Northeast LA, and a lot of food trucks that are really right near campus, walking distance to campus. And so students really enjoy the food trucks in Highland Park and Eagle Rock. And we ask we're kind of getting at what's your favorite cuisine, or maybe if you're punny and funny, can you kind of play on words with your name or the cuisine you're interested in. So we love to see you being funny or punny in this answer. And one of the fun things that we do with this is that we actually create artwork with our students of food trucks or restaurants that are really creative in their name. We actually create artwork around this to share with all of our admitted students. So that's really what we're getting at with these two questions. They're meant to be fun. They're quick answers. You don't have to explain yourself with why you're choosing a particular song or why you chose a particular cuisine or name for your food truck, just for fun. So it's just trying to add a little bit of a fun element to the Oxy questions.